In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Monday.com step by step. This is the best CRM I've tried. I think it's really easy to use. It's really intuitive, okay? And we have a lot of integrations, automations, and possibilities inside this CRM, okay? So first of all, we go to Monday.com and create an account, okay? And we create a new table. Okay, so this would be what you get whenever you create an account. I'll leave a link in the description for the account. And what we would do is basically choose what status we want. So for example, we have these ones right now, and we can add new labels, okay? So let's say we would like to organize a bit more like this. First call to be booked. First call booked. Second call to be booked. Second call booked, for example. Then maybe we can do interested. We can do preparing proposal. We can do proposal sent. We can also do not interested, for example, interested but timing. I don't know. I mean, obviously this will be for each business, it will be different, okay? So now we have these ones. I'm just gonna put this one here, for example. Okay, so we have these ones. Let's just get rid of this one. Okay, so here we would add the name of the lead. Let's say it's James, I don't know, James MC. And here we can put the updates on this lead. For example, if we want to say he was interested and wants ABC to be done, I don't know, and you update this, okay? So now you just go to this lead and see the info you added whenever you had a call with him, or if you have any updates, okay? Great. Then you can choose which person is in charge of this lead. To do that, you just have to go here, invite, and once you have more than one member, you can just go here and add the name of the person who is in charge, okay? Great. So let's see, first call to be booked, for example. Okay, then we have a lot of columns here. So status is this one. We can also add more. So for example, if you are, I mean, we could use these ones, done working on it, stock, okay? We could also, I don't know, if you work in a real estate business, maybe you can put, instead of this, you could add 1 million plus. Okay. And I don't know, it's just an example to add tags into things, okay? So maybe here you can, or you can just put WhatsApp replied, yes, no, whatever you want, okay? Here you can do it yourself. Then we can add numbers. So for example, let's say we are doing real estate and we want to add the value of the house, or the, I don't know, whatever you want, you can put here. You can also add tags. I don't really use tags, but you can use them. You can do drop downs. This is basically create labels, okay? You can also let's see, you can do a lot of things. Date, text. Okay. So for example, you can do text, and here you can add, let's say via, and you can add information of that person. So for example, he likes football. He is a nervous person, and you can use it for the next call or for a future. Okay, let's say you had a call with this guy 1 year ago. You come back here a year after, and you know more or less what he likes, and you can have a conversation with him. Okay, you can also add, let's see, okay, you can add here email. You can add phone number. You can have all the data here. Okay, you can also add name or text, and you change it here, name. So now you have all the data you need. You can move this here. Maybe you want this to be the first thing, and the contact info as well, first things, and the phone number. Okay, perfect. So here you would have the status, the name of the person, the email, the phone number, and the date. This could be two things: date contacted, and also if, for example, you have date to be contacted. So this would be, for example, for somebody that is interested but not now, so it's bad timing. You can add a follow-up date, and we could do follow-up date instead of that. So now I'll show you a few automations you can do for this. Then you can just separate this in groups. Let's say you have a different targets, okay? So you can just organize this however you want. And you can here, for example, you want to search for a lead. You can also filter, okay? This is for whenever you have a few more leads, you can go here. It's, let's say status is first call to be booked. And you'll have all the leads that are first call to be booked. Okay, so this is very intuitive in my opinion. You can also change this to Kanban view, so you can see here the leads. Okay, you can move them like this if you want. Okay, and also if you want to, let's say you want to, okay, so this would be the basic stuff. Okay, and now I'm going to show you a few automations we can do. So for example, an interesting one I know is we can automate, for example, okay, so here we have some basics. You can have, for example, whenever a date arrives, you can get notified, so you know that you have to do something with that lead. Okay, but the one I like is when date arrives. So let's say you have a follow-up date for a lead. When date arrives and status is something, then you can choose here Gmail, Outlook, Slack, okay? Send email to someone. So when we can choose here 8:45, date, follow-up date arrives, and only if status is something, for example, interesting but bad timing. Then we have to connect the email here, send email. We can put the subject and the email to someone, and this would be email column and to the email, okay? And then we just press create automation. So whenever a date arrives, let's say 9th of July 2026, and the automation is active, then they would receive an email, okay? Then you can also integrate a ton of other softwares, okay? So you can connect Google Drive, MailChimp, Facebook Meta, Gmail, okay, Zoom, and yeah, basically you can create a ton of things. I'll make more videos about this, but I think this is a great CRM. Then another one I like is if you go here and press settings and press create items via email, you'll get an email here. And if you copy this, and let's say you have an email from a person that you want to add to the CRM, you can just resend the email to that email address we just copied, and you would receive here the new lead. Okay, this is quite an interesting one. And apart from that, it's just your imagination. Okay, so here, for example, we have status, name, email, phone, date contacted, photo update, a few things here. You can also, if you want, you can add a location. Okay, so if you want to know where the lead is living, you can add here location. It really helps. If you put, for example, Boston, you get everything here. So it's pretty detailed. Okay, and yeah, I mean, you can sort this by columns, you can hide things, and so on. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if you have any questions,